ともこさん、お願いします。
はい。ただいまより滋賀ミシガンアッセンブリープロジェクト for Youth SMAP 第6期日米高校生共同成果報告会を始めます。本日はお越しいただきありがとうございます。私の名前は小川智子です。滋賀県の立命館守山高校に通っています。私たちは9月下旬からミシガン州のトロイ高校とトロイアテネ高校の11人の学生グループと滋賀県の立命館守山高校の10人のグループが今回のプロジェクトに参加し、沖縄の米軍基地問題について調査をしてきました。発表で聞くと思いますが、沖縄県には非常に大きな軍事的影響があります。第二次世界大戦の終わり、80年近く経った今でも、米軍は今もなお残っています。日本全国に米軍基地がありますが、特に沖縄県の生活はいい面、悪い面両方で影響を与えています。12月中旬、私たち立命館守山の生徒たちは、人々への影響を直接理解するために、冬休みに沖縄の研修に行きました。この沖縄研修の後、学んできたことを踏まえて、3校の生徒が調査とディスカッションを続け、この研修で学んだことを伝える場を設けさせていただくことになりました。調査を重ねるうちに、平和を維持することはどの国にとっても非常に難しいことであり、軍事的な影響を受ける人々には、いい面、悪い面で多くの影響があると学びました。私たちのプロジェクトは、日本とアメリカの関係だけでなく、欧米の国がアジアの安全保障に及ぼす影響にも適用されます。今回、日米の生徒が4、5人のグループになり、沖縄米軍基地問題とそれが彼らにとって何を意味するのかについてのプロジェクト発表を行います。皆さんが聞くプレゼンテーションは、立命館守山の学生が英語で話し、ミシガン州の学生が日本語で話します。改めまして、今回ご出席いただきました皆様に感謝申し上げますとともに、非常に長い間プログラムに付き合ってくださった森先生と吉本先生に感謝したいと思います。普段メディアで目にする沖縄とは異なる私たちが見てきた現実が少しでも伝わると幸いです。以上です。
Good evening, everyone. My name is Saisha Shivatsan, and I'm an 11th grader at Troy Athens High School in Michigan. I will now translate in English what Tomoko just went over. I would first like to say thank you to all teachers, guests, administrators, and students who are here today to join us in the 2023 Shiga Michigan Assembly Project, or SMAP, discussing the U.S. military presence in Okinawa. Starting in late September, a group of 11 Japanese students from Troy High School and Troy Athens High School in Michigan, along with 10 English students of Ritsumeikan Moriyama High School in Japan, have come together to research and inform about the current activities and situation of the Okinawan people. As you'll hear later on in the presentations, there's a very strong military presence and influence on the island of Okinawa off of the mainland Japan. At the end of World War II, after the United States had dropped 2 atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the U.S. military was stationed in Okinawa in order to maintain peace and limit the continuation of imperialistic belief. After nearly 80 years of being in the country, the American military still remains and has influenced many portions of the Okinawan lifestyle in both positive and negative ways. In order to understand firsthand the intensity of the situation, students of Ritsumeikan in mid-December went on an extended research trip during winter break. After this trip, students of all 3 schools continued to research and have created presentations to represent what was learned through this process. Throughout our time researching, we realized that maintaining peace is a very difficult task for any country, and that it requires lots of sacrifices from both parties in order to create a balance that best suits the affected people. Today, 5 different groups of 4 to 5 students from both Michigan and Shiga will share their research on the specific issues that exist in the Okinawan military bases and what it means to them. Overall, this topic was incredibly unfamiliar for the students of Michigan, and it has given us a greater understanding of what it means to have international influence. The United States has actively been involved in many conflicts throughout the world. However, for us high schoolers, we never truly understood what having this presence meant to the countries affected. Today, the presentations you are about to hear will be conducted with Ritsumeikan students speaking in English and Michigan students speaking in Japanese as a way to extend the learning from the historical and political aspects of the situation to language as well. Again, I thank you all for attending, and I would now like to turn the floor over to Mori Sensei and Yoshimoto Sensei for the acknowledgements.
Now we would like to have the acknowledgement of official attendees. 来賓の紹介をさせていただきます。
From Michigan, Ms. Brenda Carter, State Representative for Oakland County, Michigan, and Dr. Fred Pearson of Wayne State University, Dr. Lara Dixon, Principal of Athens High School, and Dr. Kashiwagi from Oakland University, who is also the President of Japanese Teachers Association of Michigan. They are all here to listen to and learn from our students.
滋賀県からのご来賓を紹介させていただきます。滋賀県国際課より松原様、横尾様、公益財団法人滋賀県国際協会の大森様、また本校と提供しておりますウェスタンミシガン大学蘇我日本センターより吉本様、また本校立命館森山高等学校より寺田校長、柳井副校長にご参加いただいております。本日は皆様ご参加いただき大変ありがとうございます。生徒たちの発表をどうぞ楽しんでください。So I would like all the attendees to send the feedback to each group's presentation. Now I'm going to send you the link on the chat. 後からご来賓の皆様一言ずつコメントいただきますが、ぜひご参加いただいている保護者の皆様もコメントをお送りいただければ幸いです。Later, we would like to share all the feedback with each student. 生徒たちにも共有をしたいと思います。So, students, are you ready? グループ2の皆さん、準備はいいですか？ではですね、まず、初めのグループに行きたいと思いますが、9時10分からスタートをしたいと思います。2分後にスタートをしますので、準備をしてください。So, in 2 minutes, the first group, group 2, is going to make a presentation. Please get ready, okay? And only the presenters will turn on your video. The rest of you, you can turn off your video. 発表者のみが画面オンの状態でお願いします。それ以外の皆さんは画面をオフでお願いします。All right, group 2 students, whenever you're ready, please start.
Hello everyone. We have been thinking about the Okinawa issue from an economic perspective. There are differing opinions on whether the issue of the U.S. military base has a positive or negative economic impact from an economic standpoint. The reason for such disagreement has to do with the politics of the area. First, I will talk about the reasons why those who responded that there is a positive impact. The first reason is that you get paid a lot of money for working at the base. That is different from the money people would normally get from working in Japan. Also, working at the base means that there are more types of jobs in Okinawa. When there is construction at the base, they hire Okinawan companies so they can get more work done. Base employees are the second most employed in Okinawa. So many people would lose their jobs if the base were to disappear. The second reason is that the government pays for child care and medical care for children living around the base. Single mothers are especially helped by it. The Japanese who live around the base have an easy life because of the money provided by the base. Next, I will talk about the people who say it's bad for the economy. First reason is Okinawa can stand on its own without bases. A good example of this is the American village. And the second reason is that they didn't receive any money to begin with, so they don't feel the benefits. Many people are against the base itself, and of these people, many are having financial issues. Third reason, tourists do not come to Okinawa because there are military bases. Our impression from our interviews in Okinawa is that those who say that bases have a positive economic impact also agree that the bases are in Okinawa. Money was key to being for or against the bases. Opinions vary depending on the politics of the area. They say that areas that have a system in place to receive money can feel the economic benefits, while areas that do not receive money have no opportunity to feel the benefits and are therefore bad for economy. I think the base had a good positive economic impact. When I thought about it all together, I thought there were more benefits and it was all true.
沖縄の環境産業は昨年4.1兆円を開催だ。沖縄総収入の26% は環境客によるものです。基地の影響でアメリカ人の環境客が多いです。しかし、コロナの影響で日本に来るアメリカの軍人が少なくなったり、外出するようになり、沖縄文化の環境業が衰退しています。それに沖縄の人は頭を悩ましています。
はい。次に私は経済のプラスとマイナスのポイントを話します。プラスのポイントを話します。沖縄の人たちは基地と一緒に工事などでプロジェクトをします。なのでお金をもらえます。そして沖縄の基地は仕事を与えます。例えば、基地の警備は15日で$7,000をもらえます。それに沖縄は観光名所と基地があるので人気です。次にマイナスのポイントを話します。アメリカが施設を使っているのに、日本が施設の費用を払っています。そして一部の沖縄県民は米軍基地を置くよりエンターテインメントパークを作る方が経済にいいと言います。基地の周りに住んでいる人はお金をもらえたりできますが、基地の周りに住んでいない人はお金がもらえません。だからそれはフェアではない。
Sean is not here right now, but Sean thinks this way. Sean have a positive opinions about US military bases, but Sean think it's not good to be affirmed or denied by money. And I think I can understand both sides. Both opinions had a good reason. I thought it was important to listen to each other's opinions in a balanced manner without the need to decide on the right answer.
私の意見は、アメリカの基地にはいいことと悪いことがあります。だけど僕は基地のいいことの方が悪いより強いと思います。
私の意見は、環境のものはいいと思います。でも、沖縄の人が意見に、する、yeah.
Thank you for listening.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Hi, thank you very much. Now, the next group will be group 1. Please get ready, group 1 students. And as I have already sent on the chat, audience, if you have a time, please give some comments to the first presenters, group 2. And I will send the link again. 改めてリンクを送らせていただきます。グループに一番初めにプレゼンを行いましたグループへのコメント、もしよろしければお願いします。Now, group 1 students are ready. Please turn on your videos. Yes. Whenever you're ready. So now you can share your slides. 誰がスライド共有しますか？
Pasina, can you share the screen?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
米軍基地の騒音問題のことを話します。騒音問題とは、人間の健康に影響する音です。空港とか、交通道路とか、建設現場とかは騒音問題の例です。いくつかの人々は騒音問題がある近くに住んでいます。この人々は飛行機や車の音を毎日聞きます。騒音問題は人々の睡眠時間にとって危険です。騒音問題を毎日聞こえたら、ストレスとか高血圧とか血圧障害とか難聴とか生産性の低下とかが起こる可能性が高いです。
フットブラグはノースカロライナ州にあるアメリカ最大の軍事基地です。57,000人の軍人を擁する最大の兵士の本拠地です。自宅の住居で怠慢な依存と基地で訓練する兵士による損は軍事基地の近くの人々を不安にさせます。人々は軍の予想外の塔に驚いています。職場や学校で混乱の引き起こしのプライベート、静かを力兵します。軍事活動により、またクラスルームが割れるなどの物的損も発生しています。騒音公害が健康 問題を引き起こす。耳の内の細胞や構造に損傷を与える可能性があります。難聴のリスクがあります。解決策は何ですか？一つ目は社会基盤の移転または閉鎖です。そして二つ目は夜間訓練時間の短縮または夜間訓練なしです。
The noise problem in Okinawa affected the population living around it. When I visited one of the US bases, I could not hear the loud engines recording in the distance because of a Christmas vacation. So there were little to no aircraft plating being opened at the time. Eventually, I was able to see and hear the airplane taking off from the runway. I noticed that there was a high concentration of noise that was made by the plane. I thought that the noise was pretty stressful and that it would distract the pronunciation living around the US bases. I interviewed a student studying at Okinawa International University who said, "It is noisy, but I am used to it. The military has been there since I was born, so I don't mind it." An employer near Futema base said, "It is very loud, and I can't hear the noises coming from my TV. It's very stressful." In addition, an employer working near the Kadena base said, "The Japanese economy is enriched by the excesses of the bases. The people of Okinawa receive money from the Japanese government for damages. The money from the government also provides the people of Okinawa with welfare coverage."
According to people living near the bases, there's an increase of planes going off the runway at 10 p.m. There are times when flights are delayed beyond 10 p.m. due to wind and other factors. US planes do not typically fly after 10 p.m. due to policies agreed by both the US and Japan. The people living near Futema base tend to have a louder voice. This commonly occurs because the noise from aircraft vehicles often make it a challenge to hear other people's voices. When aircraft vehicles fly in low flight, it often causes a bit of shaking on the ground. This is why most schools near US military bases have soundproofed their windows. Even with these windows, they often still get interrupted while classes are in session. In the past, schools have even had to cancel listening tests due to the noise. Before I came to Okinawa, I thought the noise was loud and unbelievable. Now that I've experienced the noise pollution, I realize that there are people who are suffering from it, but they are living with it. My opinion of the noise pollution in Okinawa was given to me by my local media outlets. The media also had one-side opinion that gave me a different view of US bases than someone in another region of Japan. The media often overstate situations and are usually one-sided. After I visited Okinawa, I realized that this is a problem. With this project, I was able to see the full pictures. Next time you read an article or watch the latest news, make sure to see the entire picture. Thank you for your time.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much, Group 1. The next presenters will be Group 3, and we would like to start Group 3's presentation in 3 minutes. 次はグループ3の発表になります。3班の皆さんは画面共有などの準備をお願いします。Group 3 students, can you turn on your video, please? So who's gonna share the screen? Slides.はい。非常にスムーズに進行しておりまして、少し早いですが、森先生、進めても大丈夫ですか？
はい、大丈夫です。みんな揃ってます。
はい。Group 3 students. So whenever you're ready, please start.
Hello everyone. We researched environmental issues in Okinawa. We will now begin the presentation. First, I will introduce advantages of having a military base. I want people to know not only bad aspects of Okinawa's environment, but also the good aspects. Did you know the military base has many lawns? This is a sight not often seen in Japanese cities, and the lawns on the base is beautifully maintained. Actually, there is a lot of nutriment in the lawn. This is the first I know of since we went to Okinawa. So the water that comes from the military base is good for marine life. Speaking of marine life, we went to Henoko in Okinawa. There is a lot of marine life there. In Henoko, 262 endangered species and 5,800 species live in the sea. And new species have been discovered in the last 10 years. These creatures live under the influence of many humans. I talked about good effects of marine life, but it's not just the good influences that are being received. Next, explain the not good effect of the U.S. military base on marine life and the Okinawa environment.
沖縄県内には31以上の米軍基地があります。これは在日米軍基地の約7割に相当します。しかし、最も環境負荷の高い施設は空軍基地です。これらの空軍基地の主な問題は、車両や航空機の軍事施設で使用される消火剤です。この発泡体が地下水に流れ込み、他の汚染物質と混ざりやすく、PFAS の有害物質になっています。2021年8月26日、米海兵隊は沖縄県ときちんと連絡を取る前に、沖縄県内に汚染水を排出しました。この水は消火剤によって汚染されました。約6万4000リットルの汚染水が下水道に流されました。 日米地協定は沖縄などの米軍基地を規制するものです。しかし、この協定は環境要因を規制するものではありません。これらの問題を解決するためには、沖縄県が独自に軍事基地の環境基準に関する方針を打ち出す必要があります。あるいは、米地日協定を改定し、軍事基地での調査を可能にすることが必要です。
沖縄の海を汚染する物質にして、PFAS とは、PFAS は水や熱に強い合成化学物質です。PFAS は多く海底用品に含まれています。例えば、シャンプーや傘や化粧品の中にはPFAS が入っています。PFAS は強い化学物質なので、事前に分解することができません。PFAS の問題。最近、米軍基地から沖縄の河川に PFAS が入っています。PFAS は体にがんや肝臓と腎臓疾患のリスクを増加させるという影響があります。現在、沖縄の飲料水の3分の1は PFAS で汚染されています。沖縄県民の血液には全国平均の13倍の PFAS があります。PFAS の問題と解決策。PFAS を除去するには、PFAS は浄水器で除去することができるので、沖縄県の飲料水をろ過しています。アメリカは PFAS の問題にどう貢献できる？米軍基地は PFAS の放出を止めることができます。アメリカは日本に PFAS をろ過する費用を払うことができます。
沖縄は他の地域と異なり膨大な量の海洋生物が生息していますが、米軍基地が自然に影響を及ぼす中で、これを保護することはできるのでしょうか？最近、軍事基地から AFF や PFOS など人間や海洋生態系に致命的な有害物質が海に流出することが多くなっています。また、流出して物質の中からヒ素という物質も見つかっています。そしてヒ素にさらされて動物とその生物を食べてしまった動物は死んでしまうかもしれません。沖縄の従軍は親父の素質と水質汚染により現在絶滅の危機に瀕しています。沖縄の従軍は海藻を食べることで生態系の向上性を保っているため、従軍がいなくなれば沖縄の海の生態系は崩壊し、漁業も衰退してしまいます。沖縄の漁業では漁獲量が減少したとはいえ、沖縄の食料は海に依存しています。魚の消費量が増えれば増えるほど中毒になる魚が増え、それを食べた人が中毒になる可能性も増えます。また、軍事基地から放出される有害物質が海洋生物や人間、他の生物種に悪影響を及ぼしています。これらの理由から私は軍事基地を撤去するか、致死性の化学物質の放出と拡大を止めるべきだと考えています。
I would like to talk about the measures against environmental problems. U.S. military bases are stationed on Okinawa land, so sometimes problems arise. However, many measures are being taken against problems. First, each base in Okinawa has a person in a position called negotiator or 障害官 in Japanese. Their work is to solve problems caused by the U.S. military bases and to improve relations with the Okinawan citizens. As you can see in this picture, they also plan various volunteer activities such as cleanup or grass cutting. When we visited Camp Schwab, negotiator Iha gave us a history lesson about Camp Schwab and showed us around it with the Marine Corps members. He shared with us his interesting experience. When he was assigned as a negotiator, he went to apologize to various people to solve the problem. The Marine Corps members called him Mr. Apologize. So in Camp Schwab, we learned that there are many members who are concerned about environmental pollution and want to do something about it. However, some environmental problem cannot be solved by the people on the base alone and require a larger organization. Actually, in Japan, there is an organization called the Japan-US Joint Committee to discuss various issues that arise at US military bases. Government officials from various ministries and agencies meet to discuss a wide variety of issues. Within the US-Japan Joint Committee, there is an organization called ESC, Environmental Subcommittee, and they have developed an environmental standard called JEGS. JEGS is a set of environmental standards created by the United States Forces Japan. And for JEGS, the most protective set of rules of both countries is used as the standard. From all of this fact, it is true that the presence of US military bases has caused various problems. However, it is also true that US military personnel, US forces in Japan, the Ministry of the Environment, and others are working together to address the problem. It is necessary not only to pursue the problems, but also to cooperate in countermeasures. And here is our sources. This is end of presentation. Thank you for listening.
Hi, thank you very much, Group 3 students. Well done. Now, we would like to welcome Group 4. Can you turn on your video, please? And who's going to share the slides?
I will.
Okay.
吉本先生。
はい。
ケラがちょっとジョインするのに困ってるそうなので、ちょっとお待ち願いますか。あ、大丈夫です。入ってきました。
Hi.
Hi.
エレンのスクリーンにいます。
Sorry, Sensei. I was struggling to get on my laptop.
OK、ありがとう。
ようこそ。はい。では、whenever you're ready, please start your presentation.
Oh, me?
Hello and good evening, everyone. As we have seen, there are immense complexities with the military bases in Okinawa, and the history of the island further sheds light on this. In our presentation, we will discuss more in depth about how the history and relations in the country make an impact. My name is Shotaro Kawanabe, and I'm a senior at Ritsumeikan Morima High School in Japan.
So hello everyone, my name is Koki Miyauchi. I am Ritsumeikan Morima High School student.
こんにちは。私の名前はケラさん。そして私は高校2年生です。
そして私は最初、シュリバタさんです。アテンツ高校の高校2年生です。
On April 1st, 1945, the U.S. military landed on the mainland of Okinawa and Japan occupied the area. A lot of residents were kicked out of their homes and taken to the internment camps after their homes were destroyed to create the U.S. military base. World War II ended when Japan accepted the Potsdam Declaration on August 13, 1945. However, after the war, Japan was under the control of the United States, and the U.S. military base in Okinawa continued to remain. Naturally, the residents objected to this. The residents who were kicked out of the house had no choice but to build a house around the base and live. The dissatisfaction of the people at that time has not disappeared, and now many elderly people are opposed to the existence of the Okinawa U.S. military base. While many elderly people oppose the military base in Okinawa, young people believe there is no need to abolish the Okinawa U.S. military base. In addition, there were people who were indifferent to the issue and did not believe it was a problem. Why does the opinion on the military base lead to differences depending on age? The answer was in the history of Okinawa. For the elderly who lost their families in the Battle of Okinawa or experienced a painful life after the war, I felt that there was some hatred for the country of the United States. So what about young people now? On the contrary, for today's young people, many said they got used to it because it had existed since they were born and they had heard the noise coming out of US military planes since childhood. In this way, there is a difference of opinion between the elderly who survived the harsh economic situation of Japan after the war and the young people who are born and raised in a completely different environment from during the war, like us now.
So after discussing Okinawa's overall history, I will now go more in depth about to be run in relation to the history of Koza and Koza riot. The town of Koza lives in harmony with the US military base and therefore has mixture of Okinawan and American culture because people from many different nationalities come here. There are more than 20 different types of foreign currency. So next slide, please. So one of the main incidents that created a negative sentiment, as Shota mentioned earlier, is the Koza riot. On December 20, 1970, riot occurred in traffic accident which American soldiers ran over Okinawa. As a result, American vehicles and facilities being burned down. So the riot lasted for 6 hours, where 80 vehicles were burned, 21 people arrested, and over 88 people were injured. So the riot is characterized by two things. There are no fatalities, and even without organization from a leader, because the riot occurred naturally. So next slide, please. So during our trip to Okinawa, our guide explained that the reason behind this incident was the frustration over the Okinawa and serious human rights violation against them. To describe over 1,000 crimes had been committed by US military base in a year many times. Criminals had been acquitted in trial without justice given to the involved families. There were such cases in which the people of Okinawa were wronged by the American army, and hence the negative affiliation gave rise to, as Shota discussed.
はい、軍隊にはネガティブな影響もありますが、ポジティブなこともあります。例えば、地域交流です。今、沖縄の大きな収入は観光です。観光の他にも収入の多くはアメリカの軍基地から来ています。たくさんの沖縄の人はアメリカの基地で仕事をしています。米軍基地が経済に与える
影響は年間7億ドル中です。つまり、沖縄の経済にはアメリカの基地は大事です。沖縄の嘉手納基地はエジアにあるとても大きなアメリカ軍の基地です。沖縄には多くの人々が住んでいますから、いろいろな文化があります。中国や日本やその他のアジアの国の人が住んでいます。今、沖縄には5万人から8万人のアメリカの人が住んでいます。アメリカ軍隊はアメリカの文化や食べ物を沖縄に持ってきました。A&W in the 写真、スパムのようなアメリカの食べ物がたくさんあります。アメリカのビレッジのようなショッピングセンターはハワイのショッピングセンターに似ています。アメリカの文化が沖縄にたくさんあります。沖縄に行って美しい海と空といろいろな文化を経験することができます。
私のチームメイトの発表を聞いた後で、日本とアメリカの関係はどうやって影響していると思いますか？私はそのことについて話します。翔太郎さんが話したように、沖縄の人々の経験が違うので、いろいろな意見があります。アメリカの軍隊の干渉から日本が自衛隊はありますが、軍隊は作っていません。そして、コーキーさんとケラさんが話したように、嘉手納空軍基地とアメリカの軍隊がいいことも悪いことも日本に影響しています。でも、アンクロスという国際的海の法律によると、中国は違反するので、日本の安全がロシアとウクライナ戦争のように日本の危険にさらされています。中国は琉球島と台湾が欲しいから、アメリカの軍隊は琉球島に行って守りました。中国から守るためにインドも日本と同盟を作り続けます。沖縄の人々の生活がアメリカの軍隊に影響されていることを私たちは知っていますが、アメリカの空軍基地はアジアのすべての国を助けています。大事な役割を果たしていると思います。日本とアメリカが沖縄の人々のためにアメリカの軍と正しい契約を作らなければならないと思います。すべてのことにバランスと正義が必要です。ありがとうございます。
Hi, thank you very much, Group 4. That was very powerful presentation. Thank you very much. Now the next group is our final group, Group 5. いよいよ次は最後のグループとなります。グループ5の皆さん、ビデオをつけられますか？はい。では、whenever ready, please start your presentation.
Hi. How do the Okinawan people? There are a lot of U.S. military bases on Okinawa due to World War II. there have been many protests and conflicts against the military being in Okinawa. Due to this, there is a conflict between the people of Okinawa on this topic. Also, people who live on the mainland of Japan have a bad impression of the US military bases. This is partially due to influential media coverage on the military, which is focused mainly on the negative parts of the bases. In this presentation, we will present information we gathered from Okinawan people on this topic during our research trip to the islands of Okinawa. We will be focusing on the differences in views between the younger and older generations, the pros and cons of the military bases, and the US soldiers' opinions on the bases.
We will start by discussing the differences in opinion between the old and the young people of Okinawa. Most older Okinawans disagree with the building and maintaining of the military bases in Okinawa. We believe this is partially because of Okinawa's history during World War II. Especially in Okinawa, the war was terrible. Many older Okinawans remember how many people lost their lives. Because of that, when they hear wrong news about military bases, their primary reaction to the bases is anger. On the other hand, many younger Okinawans agree with the idea of keeping the military bases. They enjoy being able to communicate with the foreign people who live on them. Furthermore, they have had military bases in Okinawa since before they were born, so living close to military bases seems normal to them. However, young Okinawans are often not interested in the problems the military bases can cause. The young and the old have many differences, but they also agree on some issues. Both generations of Okinawan people have worries and concerns about the bases. Also, they both hope for a peaceful world. The Okinawan people cherish their families. We hope that whether Japan keeps the military bases or not, they can keep living happy lives.
この話題は大きく側面があります。賛否両論があるので、白黒つけることはできません。ですから、沖縄の人は基地について何が好きなのでしょうか？何が嫌いなのでしょうか？まず、好きなのについて話します。軍隊がそこにいることを知っていることは安心を作り出します。そして、基地の近くの産業は大抵いい状態になります。多くのコンビニやレストランや店などがいります。それはたくさんの仕事を作ります。さらにアメリカ人の軍人と話すことが好きです。また、子供は早く英語を習います。次、嫌いことについて話します。たくさんの悪い歴史があるので、安全に感じない人もいます。例えば、事故や犯罪がありました。しかし、あんまり忘れられませんでした。在日米軍時期の間違いで、沖縄人の大人と子供は苦しめられ死にました。それは全く普通のことではありません。全体的に在日米軍基地について全部が悪いわけではありませんが、全部が 全部がいいわけでもありません。私たちは好きなことの方が嫌いなことより多いと思っています。今、沖縄の意見を聞きました。でも、軍事の意見は何でしょうか？すべての沖縄の人には違う考えと意見がありますが、アメリカ人の軍人にも考えあります。沖縄にもきれいな海や優しい人や面白い文化などがあるそうです。だから、たくさんのアメリカ人の軍人は沖縄に駐留したと思っています。でも沖縄に駐留しているときにたくさんの軍人の家族と友達は遠くに住んでいるので、軍人はそれらの人に会えません。ですから、沖縄に駐留したくない人もいます。しかし、アメリカ人の軍人は駐留する場所を選べません。なので、沖縄に住まなければなりません。ただ、駐留した後で、たくさんの軍人は沖縄に住み続けます。なぜなら、沖縄で働くと沖縄が大好きなるからです。このように、日本人とアメリカ人の意見の多様であると言えます。
In conclusion, looking at the differences in opinion of the older and younger generations, the pros and cons of having the military bases, the soldiers' opinions on the military bases, and from further research on the military bases, we believe that the concerns that the Okinawans have about the military and other problems they can create are valid and should be addressed. However, the one-sided media coverage focusing only on the bad gives the military a bad reputation. This is very biased. The media creates unfair outrage among mainland Japanese people who have not seen the situation firsthand. During our research trip to Okinawa, we got the chance to sit down and listen to Okinawan people about their honest opinions about the issue. We wish those who live on mainland Japan will also be able to sit down and talk to real Okinawans instead of just listening to the media. We encourage you to think about all you have learned about this complex issue and decide for yourself what you think is the best action we can take for Okinawa, the rest of Japan, and America. We hope people will continue to be interested in these issues and strive to learn more. The media should be unbiased and help people learn more about Okinawa's current situation. We thank you for listening to our presentation, and we hope you have been influenced by our opinions and you think for yourself on this complex issue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Group 5. Congratulations to you all for successful presentations for all the groups. Now we would like to have the recess time. Observers, I would like you to wait a little bit. We will resume at 8:10 p.m. Please be patient. Hi, welcome back, everyone. Now, again, congratulations to all the SMAP students to finish your wonderful presentation. Now, we would like to have some comments. はい、ゲストの皆様から、少しコメントをいただきたいと思います。では、森先生から最初ご紹介いただきましょうか。
はい。では、Dr. Fred Pearson of Wayne State University. He is the professor of political science and also the director of peace and conflict studies at Wayne State University. So he will be making the first comments. And then Dr. Kashiwagi from Oakland University, who is also the president of Japanese Teachers Association of Michigan, will be making comments. では、吉本先生、 お願いします。松原さんたちの紹介を。
はい、滋賀県からは滋賀県国際課で現在ミシガンにいらっしゃる松原様、また本校からは寺田校長からコメントいただきたいと思います。So first of all, Dr. Fred Pearson, can you make some comments for students?
Thank you very much. This has been a wonderful presentation. All of the groups, great, excellent, in-depth research. It brings to mind our visit from Detroit that Mori Sensei took with us, with teachers from the Detroit area visiting Japan twice, so that we could learn more in our classrooms back here about Japanese life and society. And unfortunately, we didn't get to Okinawa. I think she has connections there. But we got many places, including the Michigan Center for Universities in Hikone, including Maruyama High Schools, where we had a wonderful visit. And it's great to see the students on both ends in action. I want to make a happy note that I just realized, I just was made aware, the one region of the world in the last 40 years where there have been no wars is Asia. One would not maybe have expected that. Europe has had its wars, as we can note these days, very destructive, very disturbing. Other regions as well, of course, but Asia, for various reasons, perhaps has not had one, and we hope that continues. And the accommodation about these bases is maybe an important factor in that. We know that people are concerned, of course, in Japan about North Korea's weaponry and threats, and we hope that we can keep that stability going, along with the Taiwan issues and other issues, that we continue not to have these things. I might mention that when I think about that trip we took, we went, among other places, to Hiroshima and had a very enlightening and wonderful visit to the Peace Museum. And I must say that one of the things I noticed there, the US had given an excuse that they bombed the nuclear bombing of Hiroshima because there was a naval base there. Well, when we saw the picture of the bomb going off on the wall, the picture was taken from the naval base. The bomb went off over the center of the city. America has not fully apologized for that situation or treated the issue, which is a war crime. We know about Japanese history. General Yamashita was tried for war crimes in the Philippines and in the courts, and was executed even though he lost control of his troops. There's been no such coming to justice for what happened in Hiroshima. I hope that we can do better. And one of the encouraging things that you found in your research was the good decline that appears, quite vivid decline of crimes going on in Okinawa involving American service personnel. Very strong decline. I'm hoping that's because of better understanding, better cultural relations and preparation, and growing interactions which are positive between the residents and the service personnel. I invite you to come to Detroit if you can to study further with us. We have the Michigan Center in Shiga, but also Detroit itself, the city of Detroit, has a sister city of none other than Toyota City. And we can wonder why that is, of course, and probably see very vividly why that is. So we have Shiga for our state partner. We have Toyota, and of course, Pontiac has Kusatsu, I believe, as partners. These partnerships, like your high school partnerships, are so important for the future. So keep up the great work.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pearson. Now we would like to have some comments from Dr. Kashiwagi. お願いします。
はい。こんばんは。そしておはようございます。柏木明子です。ミシガンのオークランド大学で日本語を教えています。それと、JTAM ミシガン州日本語教師協会の会長をしています。今日は、素晴らしい 発表にお招きくださり、発表に呼んでくださってどうもありがとうございました。沖縄の軍基地の問題はとても大きい問題です。私は日本で高校と大学に行きました。でも沖縄の問題は、教科書で少しだけ、それからメディア、ニュースで少しだけ、読んだり見たりしたことがあるだけでした。この発表を聞いてとてもたくさんのことを勉強しました。本当にどうもありがとうございました。トピック、皆さんの、5つのグループ、5つのトピックがありました。それぞれのグループがよく調べて、よく話し合って、素晴らしいプレゼンテーションをしたと思います。皆さんから今日勉強したことを私も私の子どもたちと一緒に話をして、どうしたら、もっといい平和な、世界が作れるかを考えてみたいと思いました。どうもありがとうございました。以上です。
柏木先生、ありがとうございました。Thank you very much, Professor Kashiwagi. Now we would like to have some comments from Shiga Prefecture, Mr. 松原さん、よろしくお願いします。
はい、こんばんは。そしておはようございます。So, thank you very much for great presentation. That's awesome. 素晴らしかったです。So I learned a lot from your presentation. And I was impressed. So there were a lot of difficult Japanese language. So like 合成化学物質、腎臓疾患、That's awesome. すごく練習したのが伝わってきました。立命館森山高校の生徒さんも、アテンズ高校、トロイ高校の生徒さんも、すごく頑張って練習されたんだな。で、This is very difficult topic. とても難しい問題ですけど、very important for our two countries. とても私たち2つの国にとってとても重要な問題で、非常に素晴らしいプレゼンテーションだったと思います。So, I also please the SMAP for youth is not only language exchange, but also the opportunity to broaden your perspective. So, SMAP for youth がこの言葉を練習するだけじゃなくって、こうして価値観といいますか、視野を広げる機会にしていただいているということがとても嬉しいです。So, I hope to keep it up, and I wish, especially Troy and Athens high school students in the future would join JCMU program and visit Shiga. And あと、立命館森山高校の生徒さんもぜひこれから大学、海外に行っていただくことで、特にウェスタンミシガンユニバーシティは推薦協定がありますので、ぜひこうしてアメリカの生徒さんと触れ合う機会を得られたのをきっかけに、また大学でも世界に進んでいっていただけるきっかけになればとても嬉しいです。本当にありがとうございました。Thank you very much.
松原さん、どうもありがとうございました。では、本校より寺田校長から一言、日本語でコメントお願いします。
これは、はい。ビデオはつくのかな？
校長つけれますか？
ビデオを開始できないと出てますが、ホストで調整できませんか？
はい、今、開始を依頼しています。
はい、
はい。
出ました。
はい。
アメリカの皆さん、こんばんは。日本の皆さん、おはようございます。立命館森山高等学校の校長、寺田です。よろしくお願いします。今日は本当に素晴らしいプレゼンテーションありがとうございました。私からは3つお話をしたいと思います。1つ目は、まずトロイ高校の皆さんの日本語、そして立命館森山の皆さんの英語の発表、大変素晴らしかったです。今日の発表に至るまで大変努力されたんだなということが分かりました。日常会話にはない、プレゼンテーションでは日常会話にはない高度な表現とか知識が必要となります。それをものの見事に皆さんはクリアをして、素晴らしい発表をしてくれました。その点は大いに評価をしたいというふうに思います。本当によく頑張ってくれました。2つ目は発表の内容です。経済、環境、そして安全保障、から日米の意識の問題、から騒音の問題、いろんなアプローチをして沖縄の今の問題について迫ってくれました。私たちも知らないことがたくさんありました。それだけ皆さんは一生懸命調べてくれた。そしてインタビューもし、現地の人たちの心に迫ったんだというふうに思っています。良かったのは賛成、反対、またメリット、デメリットの両方をしっかりと、考えながらまとめた点だと思っています。片方の意見だけではなくて、両方の意見をしっかりと聞いて、そして自分たちがどう考えるのかということを、まとめた点は大変良かったというふうに思いました。そして3つ目です。大事なのはまとめるということだけで終わることではないと思っています。大切なのは立場とか価値観を乗り越えて、両方の人たちが、いろんな人たちが納得をする。そんな解決策とか改善策を皆さん自身が考えていくことが一番大事なことだと思います。それが未来の日本の、そしてアメリカの未来を作っていくことにもつながっていくんだと思うし、世界の平和にもつながっていくんだというふうに思っています。ぜひとも皆さんのこれからを考えたときには、調べるだけではなくて、じゃあ本当にそれを解決するにはどうしたらいいんだろうという、もう一つ高いレベルに立って物事を考えられるようになってくれたら嬉しいなと思いました。本当に素晴らしいプレゼンテーションでした。ありがとうございました。
はい、寺田校長どうもありがとうございました。I think we have a special guest here. 森先生、お願いします。
はい。Miss Carter, Miss Brenda Carter, I think you have joined our meeting. Oh, there she is.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Miss
good.
Carter is the state representative of Michigan. ミシガン州のオークランド郡の衆議院になられたであるカーターさんです。カーターさんは滋賀県に何度か行ってますよ。So Miss Carter has been to Shiga a couple of times, right?
Five.
So, 5 times、5回も行ってます。そしてミシガン、滋賀県の2つからの方たちもカーターさんのお家に一緒にホームステイしたこともあります。So the people from Kusatsu and Shiga has also did homestay at Miss Carter's house. But anyway, so Miss Carter, if you can just give us just a minute, a very short message to the students, that would be appreciated.
Oh, thank you, Mina-san. I'm so glad to be here tonight. We have worked with Mina for years, developing programs between Shiga Prefecture and Michigan, our sister state. And I'm so excited about what we're doing with Moriyama. Hopefully we can expand it to Kusatsu. Know that I'm working very hard with JCU to make sure that this opportunity is provided for any of our sister cities. We have 16 sister cities in Michigan, and we really cherish our relationship with Shiga Prefecture. So I'm looking forward to working with Kusatsu, working with Shiga, and working with Mina-san to make sure that we can get this done. So thank you, Mina, for inviting me. Arigato gozaimashita.
Thank you very much, Ms. Carter. What an honor to have you here with us.
Thank
The
you
kids were
very
really
much.
nervous when we said you're coming, so. Anyway.
Yes, arigato, arigato. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we would like to close our session. Before that, we have some special message from our students' representatives. Eki Shira, お願いします。
ご来賓の皆様、保護者の皆様、本日はお忙しい中お集まりをいただきまして誠にありがとうございました。また、ご来賓の皆様からは素晴らしいコメントをいただき、メンバー一同感激しております。心から感謝申し上げます。それではまず、プロジェクトに参加をしてくれた日米両国のすべてのメンバーに言葉をお借りして、心より感謝を申し上げたいと思います。ありがとうございました。すべての生徒が在日米軍や沖縄について事前情報の少ない中、それぞれの手段を用いて何ヶ月にもわたってリサーチを進め、基地と共生をしている沖縄の人々の偏りのない意見を聞くため、沖縄に足を運びました。私たちの間には言語の壁や時差など多くの障壁がありましたが、それらをものともせず、今回のプレゼンテーションをまとめることができました。私たち学生一同は、皆様が日米間のこの重要な論点に耳を傾けようと、この場に来てくださったこと、大変嬉しく思っております。この発表が皆様にとって、沖縄と米軍基地の問題の複雑な側面をより深く考えるきっかけになることを願っております。私には、この研修を通して、どうしても忘れられない経験があります。それは、沖縄県を訪れた際、森先生から私に話していただいた What's your responsibility? という言葉です。日本語ではあなたの義務や責任は何ですかということになりますが、森先生はこうおっしゃいました。研修が終わったからといってこの問題が終わるわけではない。あなたたちはこの貴重な機会をどう未来に生かしていくかが大事だと。この米軍基地や沖縄の複雑な問題は、この SMAP という内輪だけで終わらせるものではなく、これから全世界に広げ、議論をされなければならないものです。ですから私たちは、この問題について議論を深め、関心を持つ人を増やすということが私たちの義務であると考えます。最後になりますが、多大なご協力をいただきました。アメリカの地から沖縄を訪れ、日本にいる私たちだけではわからないアメリカ側からの視点を提供し、生徒とのコミュニケーションを何度も助けてくださった森先生。そして、このプロジェクトの企画、運営、交渉を一手に引き受け、数えきれないほどたくさんのサポートをしてくださった吉本先生。そして、この場にお集まりいただきましたご来賓の皆様、保護者の皆様、そして何よりも、このプロジェクトに参加しようと集まってくれたメンバーすべてにもう一度感謝を申し上げて、私の言葉とさせていただきたいと思います。本当にありがとうございました。
Thank you to all our guest speakers who shared their wonderful comments with us today. First, I would like to thank all the dedicated high school students from both America and Japan who fought through language barriers and incompatible time zones to carry out this research and put together these thoughtful presentations for you today. All the students worked hard for months, and some even took a trip to the place of subject, Okinawa, to get the true unbiased thoughts of the Okinawans who live near the bases. All of us students are so glad that you have come to listen and learn about this crucial point of contention between our countries. We all hope that you would take something away that is meaningful from each of our topics, and that listening has inspired you to research deeper into the many complex sides of this important issue. Like many of our American guests, before starting this research project, my classmates from Troy High and Athens and I did not know much about this topic. The American military bases in Okinawa are not something that are usually discussed here in America. But despite our lack of previous knowledge, through our many bilingual meetings and the research we gathered, all of us have learned how deeply complex this issue is. Not only does our research apply to the relations between Japan and America, but it also relates to the influence that the US has on the security of the and state of Asia. Through this project, we have gained a new understanding of the importance of actions and how current actions can influence future decisions. We hope that by sharing what we have learned with you all, we can inspire you to research this issue more and help us spread information about this important topic. Lastly, we must thank the teachers who helped us at every step of the way. Mori Sensei, Yoshimoto Sensei, thank you all for your time and commitment, for guiding us in our research and our foreign language education. Thank you for going above and beyond to put together this wonderful event that we can all share. Thank you all so much for coming. We hope we have inspired you to continue researching and learning more about the Okinawa military bases. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both of you. So this will be our ending of the session for today. Thank you very much for you all to come to this session. And after everybody leave, we would like to take the group photo between the students. So I would like to end the session here. Thank you very much.